Hi, this is Hannah from Path of Peace. Thank you so much for joining me once and again. I have my cards ready and we will dive into another set of messages for deep healing, trauma healing, supporting you and me as well on the healing journey. Thank you so much, and if you find these videos helpful, then you can give thumbs up, you can subscribe. I always appreciate that. And I would also love to invite you to comment down below what is it that you can take from these hints that are presented in these videos. What is it that you can take into your everyday life? How is it that you are supporting yourself these days and these times on earth? You can share it down below. I would also love to invite you to personal guidance. I will be offering soon some short insights, some short readings for your personal journey. I will give my Gmail contact down below. I am working slowly, very, very slowly, but I'm working towards creating a web page. But for now, you can contact me on that Gmail address, and I will be offering soon some tiny, tiny readings to support your own personal journey. Okay, so let's dive deep into the messages for the upcoming period of time or timeless. What is it that we need to know? How can we continue navigating our days to stay empowered, to stay supported, to have a container for our healing? Okay, just all cards from the top of the deck, and let's see what we have here. So we have Six of Swords, we have Nine of Pentacles, and we have the World card. This is really like beautiful story. We have Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a symbol of transition. It is sometimes also, or I call it sometimes, based on my experience with tarot, I call it sometimes like a small death, because I perceive this card almost as a symbology with Charon, which is this person from mythology. Charon was a person that was taking the soul of the dead person to the underground, to the other side. So this is a card of transition. It is a card of end. Something has ended, or it is important to allow things to come to an end. So it is an invitation to maybe recognize, where is it that I need to make transition in my life? Maybe I have been lingering way too long in a specific situation or in a specific place or in relationships that were not supporting anymore. So you can evaluate, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, you can evaluate with this card, where is it that you need to move on, so that you can maybe embody a more balanced self. Nine of Pentacles, it is something like dream card, your dreams manifesting, your dreams coming true, you understanding yourself on such a deep level that you can start thriving, that you can create more balanced life. This card is also connected with abundance. Yeah. Finding your own abundance, creating your own abundance. Something coming to fruition, your dreams coming to fruition. So, what transition do I need to make in my life so that I can continue embody a very healthy version of myself, so that I can connect on a deeper level with my dreams and with my abundance. Sometimes we have this idea that abundance is just money. And indeed, money is part of it, because we live in a world in that money represents that exchange of energy. So it is part of it. But abundance is also love. Abundance is that deep inner peaceful contentment with who you are and what you do. All of these things are part of abundance. And the world card is, interestingly enough, also connected with liberation, with conclusion of a cycle, so that there is like more openness. So again, when I bring it back to the very first card, what transition is happening in my life, or what transition I need to support in my life so that I can be more authentic. The world card is usually a completion, in that we are liberating ourselves from something, maybe from a certain way of perceiving or living, so that we can embody more authentic self, so that we can maybe come out more to the world as we are, sharing who we are, embodying who we are. And it is not coming from a space of some kind of false persona or false ego, that you create some kind of false layers around yourself that you present outside to the world. The authentic self that the world card is talking about is usually connected with embracing all these different aspects of your human experience and learning to thrive in this world despite challenges, despite these dark nights of the soul, despite pain, despite maybe suffering on some level. Yeah, it is basically embracing in a very grounded way that human experience, and despite all these painful things in our lives or challenges, really learning to embody on a deeper level what is authentic for you, which is very healing. Yeah, it is very healing if we are more authentic with ourselves and with our emotions and with our limits at the same time. If we are more willing to be transparent in this world instead of playing these shadow games and manipulative games, then we can come to a much more healthy adult self, so to speak, and also more mature soul in a way. So this is the invitation to continue opening up to that more authentic and whole self, to maybe have courage to make some transitions or continue making these transitions, so that you can embody more of your abundance and of your dreams. This can also be an omen that as you are working towards this, your dreams are manifesting. Your dreams are getting more stable. Yeah. I pulled out one card from the Animal Oracle from Jamie Sams, and I pulled it out because we can learn so much from nature and from animals. We can learn how to navigate different situations just by observing nature. Nature is just such an amazing teacher. I have this incredibly deep respect for natural world and love for natural world. So sometimes it's like very painful to see what is going on in my homeland and all around the world. But that's another story. So I pulled out this card as a compass. And what is interesting is that there is Puma, this mountain cat. Yeah, Puma. And this is a very interesting lesson because it is a lesson that is directly connected with abuse of power and with personal power and how it can be used in a healthy way. Puma is a leader energy. Yeah, it is a leader energy. And every single one of us, on some level, is a leader. But I believe that we need to learn to embrace much more healthy leadership for ourselves and for this world as well. So you can learn from Puma, or you can take this hint into your journaling or meditation and basically ask yourself, where is it that I am giving maybe my power away? Where is it that I do not trust myself enough? And because of that, I'm constantly being somehow pulled into the problems of others, or into challenges of others, or into worldviews of other people. Puma is about finding your own integrity and finding your own personal power and trusting your guts and your instincts, and not doing it in some kind of overpowering way, but just really standing quietly in your own power and in your own strength, and trusting your worldview and trusting your guts. It is something very hard to do because we are so hardly wired in this world to trust others, to trust others, to trust authorities, to trust this, to trust that. And that inner power usually gets so dissipated, especially for sensitive people or empathic people, that it's like a whirlwind, constantly being in problems of others. Why? It usually happens because empathic people or sensitive people or people who are, like creating changes in this world, they usually are a very strong mirror for others. And it is easy when you are such a strong mirror of what is out of balance, then it can be easy to be pulled into other people's problems or into worldviews that are not resonating with you. So, this is an invitation as you make this transition towards more balanced self. This is also an invitation. How do I perceive the theme of power, abuse of power, relationship with my own power? Yeah, you can make some kind of evaluation so that you can know what are the weak spots. Yeah, sometimes we get way too aggressive. Sometimes we should speak up and we don't. So how can I be more balanced in this way? Thank you so much for joining me for this video. And I think that that's all for today. The messages came through like in this beautiful way. Let me know in the comments what is it that you can take. Thank you so much for giving thumbs up. Thank you so much for subscribing if you feel to do so. And I will connect with you soon again. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.